What's going on, y'all? It's your boy B-Riff, man. We back with another video. First and foremost, please like and subscribe to the video. Try and grow little by little. Trying to get 75 subscribers. That is my goal, my first one. And also 400 views on the video. So if you see, click on this video right here, and maybe I'll put it in. We'll see how I edit this later. But 2 videos ago, when I talk about the Yankees getting embarrassed by Houston, please show love to that. About 370, try to get me to 400. But that's being said, today we're going to talk about the Yankees off season and what I wish for them to do. And there's not too many holes in the Yankees because some of the trades we made last season, Bader, Montas gave us guys who are here for another season. Benny, who we traded for, is not, who is a big question mark, and we're going to talk about him a little bit. But the big overarching question is our guy right here, Aaron Judge. Probably the biggest free agent in Yankees, one of the biggest free agents in Yankees history. Like, this is a guy who many of the players speak of as their captain, as their leader. Nestor said if he gets re-signed, he needs to see. He's just a big part of New York, the Bronx, just not only his play on the field, but what he does outside of the field, him showing up to public events, representing the Yankees, him, just with celebrities, he's the biggest draw to New York that we have had for a long time, since prime Derek Jeter. And I don't think we could lose him. I don't think we can afford it. A lot of people are saying, well, if we don't sign Judge, we're gonna do this, and a third. The only reason and excuse to not sign Judge is because you don't want to spend the money. And if you're unwilling to spend it on Aaron Judge, we know that Hal is not going to spend it anywhere else. So if your hopes are don't sign Judge, give Rodon and Turner, think again, because they're not going to do that. If they don't sign Judge, I don't see him filling in that spot with a big time free agent. I honestly don't. Don't see DeGrom going there, who's a big question mark, and I wouldn't want to add another question mark to the Bronx. I just honestly don't see Turner going there because they have the built-in excuse that we have Volpe in the farm system. Don't see Correa going there as well. One of the biggest Houston Astros of, in the 2017 team, which a lot of, the whole dynamic, the politics behind it, I just don't see it happening. So the Judge is the best free agent in the market, so you can't give any excuse that you can find a better guy. The number 99 is the most sold jersey in stores in the Bronx. His advertisements are all over. He's like, this is the face of the Bronx. So I do not believe that you can afford to lose him. Now we have first base, Rizzo. We're going to sign and re-sign him. He had an amazing season. I believe 32 home runs, which he's done 4 times in his career. He's dealt with back issues this season. It was a lot of on and off on the field. But honestly, I would re-sign Rizzo at a reasonable price. If it begins to begin a little too pricey, I ultimately believe you can plug DJ in that spot. A little less stressful on the legs, less range he may have to cover compared to maybe a second base, or similar to third base. And also a guy I would like the Yankees to look at, Will Myers. Versatile. The Yankees have had times where they want to give Judge rest, or maybe if you want to give Bader rest, or you don't want Stanton in the outfield as much, you can ultimately have Myers in left field. This is not a guy who's going to break the bank. He's not a guy who you're going to have to depend on. You could plug him in a 7, 8, 6 hole. But this is a solid veteran who plays good defense all around. He's played first base. He's played all 3 outfield positions. He's had a game at third, which I wouldn't depend on. And there's guys I'll put above him. But ultimately, if you cannot re-sign Rizzo, you can alternate DJ and Myers there, and you can alternate Oswaldo Cabrera and Myers over in left field. So ultimately, Myers allows for more rest in the lineup and more versatility if it truly comes down to that. But I do believe Rizzo loves New York and it will return. Next, we have left field. Are the Yankees going to attempt to re-sign Benintendi? Now, he's also not a guy who's going to break the bank, but he's going to require a respectable contract. There are many teams out there who need a leadoff hitter, who need a lefty bat, who need someone who can give them Gold Glove defense. And Benintendi's all three of those things in one player. So just he's an amazing player. It took him a while to get accustomed to the Bronx, but once he got going, he got absolutely going. We've seen, a guy who isn't going to hit for too many extra base hits. He was an extra base hit machine in a strong span of about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks before he got injured. Benintendi gave it was amazing defense. I can remember even a couple plays off the top of my head where 2 outs, guys on second and third. It's a short line drive, and he's sliding for, he's going, he's diving for, he's making the amazing necessary plays. To match the other defensive superstar in Aaron Judge. So if you're able to re-sign Benintendi, we're talking about absolutely loaded defensive outfield and Harrison Bader, Andrew Benintendi, and Aaron Judge. And if you're not able to get that deal done, we have a youngster who quickly climbed the ranks in assists and defensive runs saved, and Oswaldo Cabrera, a switch hitting, charisma filled, just versatile player who can play almost every position on the field. They're working with him on first base. He's a natural shortstop, but he can play the outfield. He got accustomed to it really quickly. You can see through some of his mannerisms that he is not natural out there, but nonetheless, he has an electric arm. He's very quick, and he has baseball instincts, defensive instincts, just a wizard out there. So if you're not able to get the deal done, which I believe you're going to have to sacrifice, some hitting, because Benintendi's guy is going to hit over 300. He's going to get on base. He's going to walk. He's going to add a little bit of speed. But Oswaldo Cabrera could do that, but he's just not going to hit for his highest average. He is a switch hitter. Ultimately, I believe he is better from the left side. I don't know if numbers may support that, but just the eye test, just watching him, I do believe he's better. He does strike out a lot. So if you're able to work on him through the offseason, this season is going to be pretty big for him, because the Yankees are expecting growth in a hitter and a baseball player, and Cabrera, who's truly going to be coming into his full rookie season. And then I don't have no question marks at catcher. Don't overcomplicate it. Your catcher just won the Platinum Glove. Glaber, who had a decent season. If you look at it as a whole, and you don't just specify the month of August when their entire team was terrible, Glaber had a decent season. He played really good defense at second base. The complete opposite from shortstop, because he's just not a shortstop. They're two different positions. Just because they're both in the middle field doesn't mean they're the same. Completely different positions. Glaber is an amazing second baseman, and truly, if the Yankees aren't fully committed to calling up the young guys, give Glaber the contract. Just give it to him, dude. At the end of the contract, the contract's still gonna be movable. He's gonna be young enough, and he's gonna have the potential to be able to move him. And third base is ultimately where I want DJ. I do not want Josh Donaldson playing everyday baseball in the hot corner for the New York Yankees. Just he could be a great dugout leader. He can be a guy who he's not an everyday player anymore. He is not. Say what you want to say. Boone can say what he wants. He is not an everyday player for the New York Yankees. And I just don't want Josh Donaldson to play there. And for the starting pitchers, I know I'm all over the place position wise, but I'm looking here. I'm looking at my notes here and the names I have there. It's pretty much drawn up. You're gonna have Garrett Cole. You're gonna have Nestor Cortez. You're gonna have Montas from a year. Don't know necessarily what we're gonna do yet with Severino, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get something done. And the number 5 with Taillon being a free agent, I don't believe a team's going to overpay him. So I believe for the respectable price that his market value is going to be, the Yankees should pay. His upside is a 3. He's not a 1-2, he's not a 1-2, but very middle of the pack starter. He's going to be decent. He doesn't walk a lot. He's going to, these guys who's been slowly ramping up throughout the years, and I believe this season as a number 5, don't overcomplicate it. You're not going to get a Verlander, one of the DeGrom to be, and push Montas to the 5. Taillon is a very decent number 5 in the league, and you don't see too many number 5s, in the 3-1s or the 3-2s. So just a respect to Taillon, who's going to allow him to hit the ball. He's not going to walk much. I believe is a typical number 5. He's going to be good for the Yankees. He's been with the Yankee system for a while, so I don't believe there's any reason to overcomplicate it and try to make any moves there. The bullpen, I believe, is fine. You're gonna have Greg Weisser, who I hope is gonna have a full season there. We have Mike King back, who's the mid reliever that is one the main reason for the Yankees pitching success. You're gonna have Clay Holmes, who I believe in another full season he's going to be able to better acclimate himself and his workload and just stamina wise and work towards being a closer for a full season, because we've seen his full season as a closer. He was not, his body wasn't ready. He was gassed out towards the end of the season. But if he's able to acclimate himself now that he's got the experience and come as a better player, I believe he is fine at the number 9. He has electric stuff. Just need him to fully lock in and acclimate himself to, he's no longer a rookie, but now he's a veteran in this game. We have Wandy Peralta, Uncle Waldy. Listen, don't move him. He's a Bronx legend. He is everything the Yankees. Listen, I love Wandy Peralta. He picked every game in the DS. He was used a lot in the CS as well. This is a guy who's going to go out there. He doesn't give a damn about who's out there. Lefty pitch. He's going to quick pitch you. He's going to high leg kick and hold it there. He's listen. He's going to balk 50% of the time. It doesn't matter. Uncle Wandy needs to be on the Yankees roster. My mind just went blank about the Yankees bullpen. Like I said, we got Mike King, Clay Holmes, Wandy. We have Weiser. Marinaccio is going to come back for another season, and Lucas Licky, a couple guys going to be teetering, lefty arm, just towards the back end. And I believe Wandy should be the top lefty in the bullpen, but I wouldn't try to overcomplicate that. If you do want to go and get a veteran, no problem in doing so. But ultimately, the Yankees bullpen is going to be fine. So the biggest moves is going to be re-signing Judge, trying to get Benny, and if you can't get Benny, I would try for Will Myers. I would try for Will Myers at a respectable contract. Oh, Matt Carpenter. Duh. Don't overpay for Matt Carpenter. An amazing bat. And there's going to be teams who are going to want to pay for that bat because they've seen the glimpses. And when he was on, he was one of the Yankees' top 2 hitters. But if you're able to re-sign Benny and you're able to keep Judge, I would ultimately I would pass on it. Matt Carpenter was amazing for the Yankees, just what he brought. But there are going to be teams that are going to pay for him, and I wouldn't get in a bidding war over Matt Carpenter. Who knows if he's able to sustain this performance? But ultimately, I believe a lot of the Yankees roster is set. It's just a couple holes we're going to see, and the biggest hole in right field. I ultimately believe he can have a better season next year in right field. Just not okay. Better season. Okay, relax. He is 62. He's close to the Triple Crown. I just mean sustainability. I just mean not as much weight on his shoulders. I just mean a more relaxed season from Aaron Judge. But I think this team can be very successful next year if we do the necessary things, and if we truly prioritize also our bench depth as well. I know Will Myers isn't going to want to be a bench player in any sense or form, but we have JD for another year. We do have Hickey, who's a very solid backup in the league. If you guys want to call up a young guy and allow him to kind of sprinkle all over the field, letting Cabrera, do so. But don't bring him up, bring him down, bring him up, bring him down. I believe it's one of the worst things you could do for a young guy. But ultimately, yeah, that's what I believe the Yankees could do this offseason. The biggest thing is health. You can't predict health, and the Yankees have a couple guys in Rizzo, DJ, and Stanton who are always going to teeter between, the day-to-day, 10-day, couple 10-day IL stints, which isn't ideal. It's the Yankees. It's going to be a veteran team. It's going to be a team with most guys over 30. That's just how things run. But for the most part, yeah, I don't think the Yankees should try to get too ludicrous in signing Trey Turner, Correa. If you can, and if you're willing to spend the money, do so. by all means, do so. If you want to get him on a short-term deal, which I don't believe they want whatsoever, Correa just opted out of one because he's looking for a more longer-term deal, and Trey Turner is Trey Turner. He's not going to settle for a 3-year deal. But that's it. Not too big of a free agent market. So the key thing is to keep your guys. I believe a full season with Benny is going to be amazing for the lineup. I believe if we could keep Rizzo and not platoon him, but give him adequate rest and give DJ adequate rest and play guys like Cabrera, let him be young, let him be youthful, and let him carry some of the burden of how tiring the MLB season could be. But if you put yourself in a situation where these guys have to play every single day, they're going to get injured. So ultimately, don't overcomplicate this all season. Keep your guys. Re-sign Judge. And that's it. It's been your boy B-Riv. I'm going to be more consistent because I'm having laptop issues, but we're going to try to work through that. And I'm towards the end of my semester in college, so it's getting pretty hard, but we're going to work through that. If I got to get up a little earlier to make a video, I'm going to get up. But please show love. As always, it's been your boy B-Riv. God bless. See you.